Hi, I'm Jake Morris, aka the Lunatic from World Extreme Wrestling. Today I am here to answer some questions that might or may not have been asked.
Right. So, how did you come up with the Lunatic?
I came up with him when I was around 8 years old. After watching WWE almost constantly, I saw this guy known as Dean Ambrose, now known as John Moxley. I always kind of took an idolization toward him and kind of wanted to reflect because he showed that relentless, out of unstable style, and it was always my favorite thing to see.
How many years were you part of WEEW?
10 years, going on 11 years. Definitely wrestling every single day was probably the biggest challenge because every day having a match was pretty difficult because you had to mentally prepare for it, be physically prepared, make sure you're not aching, pain, or whatever. It was pretty difficult to wake up every day and wrestle at 100% capacity.
What will the new character Drew Matthews do differently than the Lunatic?
Well, the Drew Matthews is supposed to be completely different from Lunatic, have similar character traits, but mostly different. What it's going to bring to the table is something different, unique, and something that's never been seen before. Even though the Lunatic's already done that, I feel like if we did Drew Matthews change, it might, bring more eyes.
How did it feel to become 13-time WEEW champion?
Felt pretty good because it feels like a milestone. For a person like me, the way I look and seem, I don't seem like a person that you see becoming a world champion. And to become a 13th time world champion, the one and only, felt pretty amazing. It was a great feeling. When I got the pinfall, I was in a shocked, happy state of being like, wow, I finally did it. It was the biggest milestone in my career, and I feel like moving off of that, I can do way more.
How long did it take to fully develop the Lunatic?
It took longer than I thought it would. It actually did take the entire duration of my career there at WEW, of 10 years. It took that long to create this character and fully get it to develop with a moveset and everything. Professional wrestling because just the art, the physicality, and everything that they've been doing, characters. I don't really care much about costumes or the funny parts or the entertainment side of it. I kind of just love the wrestling part, where you get to see two amazing wrestlers go against each other, such as Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega back at Forbidden Door 2022. That was a hell of a match and an amazing 5 stars, along with some Ric Flair. What's his name? Terry Funk, Mick Foley, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. That's just to name a few great wrestlers over the time, period. Along with British Bulldog, and we've even had characters such as CM Punk in 2011. That was he went through a whole boom period and almost brought wrestling back to where it used to be, the biggest thing. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So I plan to get its own boom period started by having me into the picture.
Why did you become straight edge?
I became straight edge due to a personal event that happened at home. A person I knew who used to drink and smoke a whole lot, he ended up becoming more aggressive and not such a nice guy to be around. He always smelled like alcohol, and he was not a cool guy. He was just irritating to be around, and I kind of just didn't like that. And it was mainly because of the fact that he would heavily drink. So I kind of made a vow that I would never drink because that is what it could lead to.
When was the Lunatic logo developed?
Back in 2020, or 2019, March 2020 was when the Lunatic logo was developed and created, literally in middle school, the same morning.
Did you ever experience any sort of injuries during wrestling?
Let me tell you, a lot of injuries have happened. Lots of injuries. I've had problems with my left shoulder, my right shoulder, a lot of problems with my left knee due to constant wear and tear, due to the physicality and everything like that. And it's kind of hard to wake up every morning, but at the same time, I always have that fight in me. Always we're fine, we got it. I always occasionally try and take breaks here and there to heal up.
So, what is the next step for you? Last question.
The next step is I'm going to go to the Monster Factory. If I do everything at 100% the way I want it to, and if I just give everything I have, because this is the one thing I'm passionate about. This is one thing and one thing only. This is my only plan. So I'm going to make sure to make every minute count, every day count, and every second count. It may, one thing that might happen is I may be alone, but in the end, as long as I get a contract to AEW or WWE or NJPW or anywhere,